Welcome into Steelers Talk. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and today we've got some pretty juicy Steelers draft rumors to discuss here as Peter Schrager from ESPN just released his first of 2 mock drafts during the draft season, and it is absolutely crazy who he has the Steelers taken in round 1. Then we'll get into a report from CBS that the Pittsburgh Steelers, quote-unquote, like Ty Simpson and might even take him in round 1 this year. I'll let you guys know my thoughts on that report in the second half of today's show. But before we get into the content today, if you guys want the best Steelers draft content that you guys can get right here on YouTube, 100% free, click that subscribe button because we got in-depth prospect analysis on all the top players the Steelers are looking at during draft season, positional rankings. We already have our wide receiver position rankings video up on the channel right now. Pre-draft visit tracker, that's a video that's going to be coming up here soon once the Steelers finish up their top 30 draft visits and what it says about their draft strategy, particularly in round 1. And then also weekly 7-round mock drafts. And we got our final mock draft coming up here soon. My perfect mock draft is coming up here soon. So if you guys want, make sure you guys click that subscribe button. All of our content is 100% free. And a little reminder here, we'll be live for every single pick of the 2026 NFL Draft right here on Steelers Talk. All right, so now let's get to Peter Schrager, somebody that I have a lot of respect for. A lot of people around the media space here have respect for. He's usually one of the more accurate mock draft predictors in the NFL draft space, but he came out with his first mock draft here this week, and he has the Steelers taking edge rusher out of Clemson, one of the stars of the Senior Bowl this year, T.J. Parker. This is what Peter Schrager has to say about the Clemson Tiger edge rusher heading to Pittsburgh. On defense, the Steelers started getting younger along the line with the Derrick Harmon pick a year ago, and I wouldn't think they're done there. Parker has played a big role on the Clemson defense since his true freshman season, with 21.5 sacks over his 3 years there. Now, I have a lot of respect for Schrager. Like I said, I absolutely hate this pick, all right? And it kind of alludes to Mike Tannenbaum, also from ESPN, a couple weeks ago having Akeem Mesidor going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a 25-year-old edge rusher from Miami going to the Steelers at 21. Listen, man, first things first, I think pick number 21 for T.J. Parker is a bit rich. I have a second-round grade on Parker. I think he's got some decent power to his game, but I definitely think he still has a ways to go before being worth a first-round draft selection. So for me, that just on the value there, the player and the grade, I think it would be a reach. But second, Pittsburgh is already loaded at the edge spot, man. Like, you look at the way that this group is built, it's like these guys at ESPN whose job it is to cover the sport and to cover all 32 teams don't realize who Nick Herbig and Jack Sawyer are, 2 guys that played really good roles for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense this past year. Obviously, you have T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith. Those guys are aging, but you've got 2 really good up-and-coming younger pieces in this room right now that the Steelers really like, and I don't think they have any plans of getting rid of anytime soon. Now, the only way that this mock draft makes any sense is if the Steelers actually do decide and they look to trade Alex Highsmith or Nick Herbig away this offseason, all right? Because you could make the argument, okay, if Highsmith or Herbig is traded away, we need a new rotational third edge rusher and maybe a future at the position as well, all right? Especially if you trade Herbig. You need to get younger at that position. However, I highly doubt Pittsburgh goes edge in round 1. I highly doubt that they let go of Nick Herbig or Alex Highsmith at this point in time. I really do think that they're going to try and keep both of those guys in the room here moving forward. And I think that what they're going to try to do here is they're going to try to extend Nick Herbig. Okay, I think they're going to try and give him his money this offseason, but they're going to wait for the cap hits to really, jump up until the 2027 season. They play this year out with all 3 of these guys in the room, and then they trade Alex Highsmith for a pretty decent draft pick next offseason when he's going to be going into his age 30 season. He's going to be going into a contract year, and 2027 is obviously the draft where you want to have draft picks, obviously because of the quarterback class, and the Steelers might be taking somebody in round 1. So I think that that's probably the best plan right now, and I just think that because of that, I highly doubt Pittsburgh goes edge in round 1 because this group is already good enough as is right now. So what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comment section. How would you grade the pick of TJ Parker at number 21 overall if the Steelers actually made that pick? Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. In just a second here, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today. While I tell you about our sponsor, give me an A, B, C, D, or F down there in the comments. And if you guys want to get a piece of Steelers Talk apparel, we have this channel logo t-shirt available for you guys on our website right now. Just go to chatsports.com/Steelers Talk to pick yours up today. These are really comfortable t-shirts, man. You can wear it as a pajama shirt. You can wear it for a Steelers game day shirt. You can wear it to Latrobe. You can, I mean, if I take a yearly trip to Latrobe, guys, I go to training camp every year. If I see you wearing my t-shirt, I'm going to give you some love. $24.99 on our website right now. So if you guys want to get in on the action and help out our channel, all the proceeds go back into the channel to help improve our graphics, improve our software, improve our equipment, so that we can keep this content free for you guys right here on YouTube. So go to chatsports.com/Steelers Talk. That link is down there in the comments and description of today's show if you guys want to check it out. All right, so now moving over here to our second story of the day, where CBS's Ryan Wilson claims to know that the Pittsburgh Steelers like Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson, that they might even consider taking him in round 1 this year. Ryan Wilson said this the other day: Steelers fans get very angry when you give them a quarterback in mock drafts because Aaron Rodgers apparently is going to play forever. They want to see what Will Howard can do. Will Howard was a 6th-round pick, so typically if your name isn't Tom Brady, 6th-round picks don't work out long term. But I do know the Steelers like Ty Simpson, and the question becomes, will they take him at 21? Because I don't think he will be there when they get back on the clock in round 2. And by the way, guys, Ryan Wilson's not the only guy that has said that the Steelers like Ty Simpson. Nick Farabaugh from Penn Live said around the Senior Bowl time on Pittsburgh radio that Pittsburgh also likes Ty Simpson, and that's the name that he was hearing at the time being most connected to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I think Nick is a pretty plugged-in guy, and, I think it's plausible that the Steelers might like Ty Simpson. He's a good mental processor. The film, when he was healthy last year, was really, really good, and I think he showed a lot of pro-ready tendencies on his film as well. It's just unfortunate he dealt with multiple injuries towards the end of the season, and there's definitely question marks about his durability. I think there's questions about, obviously, the small sample size of college starts and snaps that he has taken. But there's plenty of reports claiming the opposite as well here, where, there's reports out there saying the Steelers don't like Ty Simpson and they feel like he's not built to play in the AFC North and he's too small. And I think that, that is definitely something that is plausible as well, because the AFC North is unforgiving, man. It's a physical division. You take big hits. You have to play in really unforgiving weather conditions, and you're expected to play your best football when it's cold outside, when there's snow on the ground, when the ball is wet, and bringing in a smaller quarterback with 9-inch hands, which is pretty small for an NFL quarterback that has durability concerns, maybe isn't the best idea, especially when you have a pathway here to just go with Aaron Rodgers this year, develop Will Howard for another season, and then if Rodgers retires next offseason and Will Howard isn't it, you can just draft a quarterback that's more built to play in the AFC North in the 2027 NFL Draft. Now, the question is, what is real and what is smoke, right? What is Ryan Wilson, what he's heard, is that smoke coming from the team? What Nick Farabaugh heard early in the process, is that smoke being put out by the team? Or is the recent smoke that we've heard that the Steelers aren't interested in Simpson actually what's real? And honestly, man, I don't have a good answer for that right now. I think that both sides are plausible here, and I could see the Steelers liking Ty Simpson, and I could certainly see them not liking Ty Simpson. It's just a matter of what you're looking at. There's good things and bad things that go with Ty Simpson, and kind of because of that, because he's not really the guy that I'm falling in love with right now, I would definitely prefer to go in another direction if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'd rather go receiver. I'd rather go guard in round 1. Not to say that I would completely hate the pick of Ty Simpson, but I think that with his durability concerns, with the small hands, with the slighter frame, I just don't know if he's the right fit to be the next franchise quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if I'm Omar Khan and if I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm trying to kind of punt on this position until 2027. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. What is your realistic nightmare scenario for the Steelers at pick number 21? What is a player that you think the Steelers could realistically take at that spot that you would just absolutely hate? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. And that'll be it for today's edition of Steelers News and Rumors, specifically surrounding the 2026 NFL Draft. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. We're going to continue to get you guys great draft content every single day on this channel for free leading up to the big day. And then, of course, we're live for all 3 days of the NFL Draft, live for every single pick, not only that the Steelers make, but also that every team in the NFL makes this year. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Till next time, guys, here we go, Steelers.